All right, we're here at the Lewis Peak Trailhead. It's just after 8 o'clock. Sunrise is about 8 o'clock, and we're going to be heading up here. It's about a 5 or so mile hike up and 5 mile back, almost 3,000 feet elevation. It's late fall, so all the leaves are down. It's a cool morning this morning. Sometime somewhere in the 40s, 47 degrees was what I noticed. And behind me is the trail to Ben Lomond Peak. Done that many times, but today we're going to head up to Lewis Peak, our second hike this week and second one in November, and we're looking forward to going 100 miles in a challenge for winter, so we're excited to be doing that as well. So here we go. All right, well, we're going under the power lines here. Some pretty big power lines that go here. And we started off on a little bit of the wrong trail, but connected back in with the main one right at the beginning. So only about 50 yards on the wrong trail, but we're doing great. All right, we're continuing our trek up here. We're up from the parking lot down there at the trailhead, and you can see the trail to Ben Lomond Peak on the other side. Big switchbacks, and then you get up to the top there and you're heading up. You can look back and see the valley here. What an amazing day. And I've already shed my puffy jacket. I've shed my top thermal, and I'm walking in a t-shirt right now. All right, well, I was wondering if I was going to bring my poles, but I'm glad I did, because there's lots of rocks and rough trail and stuff, and going up and down this trail is pretty tricky. So I'm glad I brought my hiking sticks this time for sure. All right, well, we're getting up here. It's amazing what kind of climate it is. There's not a lot of real switchbacks, so there's a lot of going straight up. If we was hiking over to Ben Lomond, we'd be in the sun. So this is the colder side of the mountain, and I'm only down to my yellow shirt right now. It's a little chilly, but I'm sweating, so I'm gonna leave it on. But the views are going to be amazing up here today. The clouds are starting to break, and I can see Willard Bay out here in the Great Salt Lake, and Promontory Point, where the trains met in 1869. Anyway, we'll continue on our trek. We're starting to get into a little snow that's been left over from a previous snowstorm. Not much. All right, we're getting up here. We can see Eden and Liberty and North Fork. And that's another way to go up to North Fork, to hike up the backside and head up to Ben Lomond Peak. We did that a couple weeks ago in the fall, in October. This valley is growing with houses, and it's going to fill up. It's got a lot of farmer fields and such, but it's going to change in the next 50 years. It'll be another city, I'm afraid. All right, you can see the switchbacks on the other side. I've hiked with my wife, Laurie, across there a number of times. They kind of come out to a point there, looking over the valley. That's really a great point to get to, and then it continues to head up, and it's a great hike. I need to do that next, because I haven't done it for 3 years. And we got the valley down here below, but again, we're on the shady side of the mountain here, so it's getting a little chilly again. but we're gonna continue on with t-shirt and all and keep plugging along. All right, well, we're up here and we're starting to level off the switchbacks. Lewis Peak is right out there, straight ahead of the camera, and we're going to be hiking up on these little bit of snow covered hills and work our way out to Lewis Peak so we can overlook the valley, which we can see pretty good right now, and then over to Mount Ben Lomond is peeking right over that center point there as well. So we're up here, there's nobody here today, only crazy people hike in November. All right, we're getting up here to the ridge where we can look back over into the Ogden Valley. We can see Pine View Dam and again Eden and Liberty and North Fork. And then we can also see clear up to Cache Valley there. There's the Avon Road over here, but there's Cache Valley. And again, Ben Lomond Peak up there with snow all over the back of it. I hiked that 2 weeks ago and there wasn't any snow. So I'm glad I got hiking it before today. All right, we got a little trail sign here, the Skyline South Trail. It goes over here, and the North Ogden Divide trailhead is 1.8 miles back this way, and you can also get to the Windsurfer Beach trailhead 7.5 miles down this way. There's another trail to that up further, but here's one that they've marked. These are new trail signs here, which are pretty impressive. And we got Lewis Peak Trail 041, which is 3.4 miles. So right over that sign is Lewis Peak, and that's where we're heading today. All right, well, the trail has snow, it has ice, it's still frozen. It's actually a little chilly up here on top. I put my puffy coat back on just to stay warm. All right, we're coming up over our first little knoll here. There's where we've come from, and there's where we're headed to, straight out that way. But the trail goes right here. It goes up over this one. The next one, you can go up over it or around it, but you can go around the side. There's a trail there as well. And I think this canyon right here that goes down to North Ogden is Coldwater Canyon. As we're going along here to the next hill to climb, over there straight ahead is Mount Ogden. And that's another of the 4 peaks that I've hiked this year, Mount Ogden. And just off of Mount Ogden out there towards the front, you can kind of see it through these two, is Malin's Peak, and then Ben Lomond Peak behind me, and now Lewis Peak. So those are the 4 peaks that is on my hiking list, along with the Northern Utah Trail Association. If you join them, and the goal is for everybody to hike to these 4 peaks. It's a long hike, but the rest of the way is going to be fairly level, and we're going to head out towards Lewis Peak out here to overlook the valley. And again, on my left hand side you can see the Ogden Valley, Upper Ogden Valley they call it, and Pine View Dam, Huntsville, and such. All right, we kind of do a little bit of fork in the trail. One goes up over the top, but we're going to take this one to the right and kind of miss going over the top. If I get an urge to go that way on the way back, I'll do that, but instead we're gonna go this way. and kind of work across here, which is fine with me. All right, here we are hiking along this west side of this mountain that we didn't climb up. And there's Mount Ogden over there, but again, we're kind of taking a little bit of a shortcut across here. It's a well-worn trail, so it's not like nobody takes this trail. No sense climbing to the top of a mountain, you don't need to. Oh, this is a great trail. And again, this is probably Coldwater. Oh, there's the flag right there. There's the flag that commemorates the life of a former mayor of North Ogden who was killed in Afghanistan. And they put that flag up in October. I think they leave it up there for a month. They say it's the largest flying American flag in the country or world or something. So that's pretty dang cool. I need to hike up Coldwater Canyon to see that flag in the next little while. Okay, we're coming to another trail sign here. 1.1 to the Skyline Trail, Lewis Peak 2.3, and then there's another sign here, Coldwater Peak and junction with the Skyline South. So if you take this down, then you hit that trail that we'd seen earlier that heads down to Pineview Reservoir and the beach trailhead. And I lost a scout down this trail one day. He headed down this trail instead of this trail. And I had to send a couple of my scouts, Matt, down this way and told them that we'll pick them up at the end of this trail. But now they got signs here, so that's kind of nice. Well, the trails are frozen, and I'm looking ahead, and we got quite an uphill climb and some serious snow or ice on the trail. I didn't bring my cleats, my ice cleats, so hopefully this won't be too bad. All right, so we're not actually going up that trail, thank goodness. We're going around this mountain here. So here's the trail over here. Actually heading towards Mount Ogden that's got some clouds on it today. So we got some lower clouds. But man, we're up here. I mean, if you look, you draw, oh, there's a big old moose. Holy cow, a big moose. And he's looking at me like I'm not his friend. I need to get a picture of him. Oh, he's gonna take off. Yeah, that moose, he went from up here in the chaparral and he's down here below me. He's taking a look at me, but we'll leave him to his mountainside that he owns. Hopefully he survives the winter. And we'll continue our trek. Okay, we're plugging along. It's gonna be muddy. Here's some ice and water. Things will be melted by the time I get back, I swear, but again, there's Mount Ben Lomond over there. Big and beautiful. Well, we're heading west, northwest almost. So we're going out towards Lewis Peak now. Getting a little cloudy, a little breeze. I think the last time I was up here was in June when the weather was a little nicer. But we're surviving and having a great hike. And as we come around the corner here, we can see Antelope Island and the Great Salt Lake and Ogden, Utah, and I can see the airport runway, and I can see Dirty Air in the valley. Okay, here's another trail. So I think this is the trail I've taken, generally speaking. I've been coming over this peak here, and I think there's an actually go along that trail to go back. We'll see. Again, I think I'm taking a different trail this time, which makes it interesting, but they all lead to Lewis Peak. Okay, and once again, you can hike up over the top, or we're gonna stay over here to the left. Wow, this is really beautiful. These fir trees, probably pine or fir trees here on the north side of this canyon. Not sure what this is called. I don't know if it's Jump Off Canyon or what it is, but another great canyon to go exploring someday from the bottom if there's any trails. Yep, I didn't put my ice cleats on. Hopefully I can get down this mountain without falling. A little icy. And then we're getting a little rain. Oh, I look over Ben Lomond, there's clouds all over it. So I must have missed the forecast that it was going to be a little bit of chance of rain today. All right, the sun is coming out after a little threatening drops of rain, and we're almost to the peak over here. Finally, here we are, swinging around to the top. We're at 3 hours and 20 minutes to get here, and I'm all alone today. Lewis Peak, 8,031 feet, not too tall. What an amazing view. We got Cache Valley to the right, Ben Lomond, Mount Ben Lomond, Pleasant View, North Ogden, Harrisville, Ogden, and South Weaver, right down to the south end of Weaver County. And then we got Antelope Island, and there's Promontory Point straight out there, that mountain range. The train goes out across there, and then Promontory Point where the trains met in 1869. Willard Bay full of water, and the ponds out here at Little Mountain. There's a little mountain out there, and they collect different minerals from the Great Salt Lake. And of course, right below me here is Defense Depot Ogden, which is now a business park, and there's no defense there, but that was created during World War II as an inland place where supplies for World War II or thereafter were distributed to military bases. What an amazing view right here. And then over here to the left is Malin's Peak. It's not much of a peak, but it's something I hike to all the time. And then up above is Mount Ogden. So this year we went to Mount Ogden, then to Malin's Peak, and then Ben Lomond Peak, and now the fourth peak is Lewis Peak. And the trail back is right there along those ridges. So we're going to sit down and have a lunch today and take a few minute break before we head back. All right, we're going to partake of some lunch today. The sun's coming out just to make my day just great as we sit here right on Lewis Peak. And it's got some great chairs right here where people can sit down and enjoy the view of the Ogden Valley, Weber County, and the Great Salt Lake. All right, one last picture of this beautiful site on this overcast day. A little bit of blue sky, but mostly overcast. We'll start heading down. All right, we're heading back down a different way. We're kind of doing a loop around here. So we came up on the west side and we're going down on the east side. Got Mount Ogden over here to the right. And we're heading down. Took us 3 hours and 30 minutes to get here. Probably 3 hours to get back. Well, I like going down this south facing side because it's not icy, and if I was going down the other side it was icy and I could have slipped on that because I didn't bring my cleats. So this is just a pleasant way down around the other side. This other trail is not well developed, and it goes through the trees and stuff, but I just had a motorcycle let's come up to Lewis Peak while I was there, and I can see his trail going down here. But this is a pretty primitive trail still compared to the one going up. And we're gonna go right here and reconnect in with the main trail right here. That's the one that's icy. I'm kind of glad I missed that. So this will be better. Alright, we're plugging along up at the top of this valley here. Love it. Love this valley here. Alright, let's take a look back where we came from. We're on a different trail now. We're on a southern trail instead of going to the north. It's a nice trail, but you can see Lewis Peak right over there. And the valley's filling with air pollution. I wouldn't call them clouds or fog, it's air pollution. Okay, we're coming out here to this trail, and we're gonna, looks like you can head out that way on a little trail to explore someday. But we're heading back. We basically came around this mountain, this hill. When we came to the hike, we went on the other side of this hill, so I like this side a lot better. I didn't take this way, but if I had to do it again, I would come this way. Another large canyon over here to the right, going down into the Ogden Canyon. Well, what was all frozen hard ground coming over is all melting now, and it's a little tricky, but we're managing. And this is a lousy time of year for motorcycles and bicycles to be on this trail because they really rip the trail up. And okay, we're coming around, and guess who's down here right where we left him before? Our little moose. He's just sitting there. Oh, there's the flag. Yeah, it's really bright and everything right now, but it's shining right down there. So neat. Amazing. Alright, here we come to some more trail signs. Looks like these gals that came on the bikes rode it from the other trailhead, which makes a lot of sense because trying to ride it from this other one would be impossible. All right, we're continuing on. We got Coldwater Canyon. We have the flag down there flying, and then we can look over and see where we've just come from. We followed this trail all along this ridge out to Lewis Peak. Okay, we can see the backside of Ben Lomond now with its snow. We're getting back to the beginning of this hike now. And let's turn around and see where we've been. There's Lewis Peak out there. And the trail that we came from. All right, got the sun behind me, but we're just starting to head down off of the ridge. And again, there's Ben Lomond, love Ben Lomond. And down we go. And there's nothing frozen now going down, everything's melted. Sitting down, eating my second sandwich for the day and watching a plane fly through the valley. Came up North Ogden Divide and now it's going to fly back down. Well, we're still going down. Now you can see the trails over the trail to Ben Lomond really well right over there. We're back down where we started almost. Another mile down. All right, we're going back down the north side now. And we're gonna do these switchbacks, if you want to call them switchbacks. Most of them just go straight down or straight up, as we recall coming up this morning. Yep, it's pretty bumpy. It'd be hard to ride a motorcycle up here. We're getting there. Another few minutes and we'll be to the bottom. Well, we're back after 7 hours. We probably spent an hour eating lunches, 2 different lunches today. So it's about a 6-hour hike, 10.2 miles, I think. And it was a great day, nice fall day for November. I remember in November it snowed the whole month, and so there would have been a ton of snow up there. But no snow today. It was a great hike, and have to do it again someday. So from Lewis Peak Trailhead, out till the next time we meet on the trail.